This is our analysis of Lumen Technologies' third quarter 2024 earnings results.
All right.
We've got a pretty interesting stack of sources for you today.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we've got the press release,
Okay.
the earnings call and transcript,
Mm-hmm.
even an 8K filing.
Wow.
And we also,
Really dug deep.
yeah, we even snagged an interview with CEO Kate Johnson herself.
Very nice.
What we're after in this deep dive is the story behind the numbers.
Okay.
You know, the tale of Lumen's transformation and how they're positioning themselves in this whole AI gold rush.
Yeah, what's fascinating to me is that we're seeing real money flowing into this story.
Yeah.
Not just hype.
You're right. It's not just talk. It's action.
Yeah.
Big tech is placing some serious bets on Lumen.
Yeah, we're talking about $8.5 billion worth of deals
Wow.
in just the last two earnings cycles.
Yeah.
And that includes this recent partnership with Google Cloud.
So they're not just dipping their toes in the AI waters. They're diving head first.
Exactly.
What's driving these partnerships?
Well, Lumen is becoming the go-to provider for the infrastructure that AI demands.
Okay.
Think of it like this.
Yeah.
All this incredible AI, learning and development needs to move around and fast.
Right.
Lumen's providing the highway system for all that data.
And they're building those highways with fiber optic cables, right?
Exactly. Lumen is taking their existing massive fiber network and cloudifying it.
Cloudifying.
Okay.
Yeah.
In simple terms, they're building a digital layer on top.
Okay.
Making it easier for companies to just tap into that network as a service.
Okay.
Kind of like how you don't need to own a power plant to have electricity in your home.
So instead of each company building its own AI data superhighway,
Yeah,
they can just pay Lumen for a lane.
precisely.
Okay.
They're calling it a private connectivity fabric,
Okay.
which might sound complicated.
Yeah.
It's essentially a dedicated high-speed lane for AI data.
Okay.
This approach is exactly what companies need to manage the coming explosion in AI data volume.
It's like they're creating the plumbing for the AI revolution.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got the AI infrastructure angle.
Right.
What else is happening in Lumen's world?
Well, Lumen sees this AI revolution happening in three phases.
Okay.
The first is what we're in right now.
Yeah.
Big players building and training their AI models. That's where all the bandwidth demand is coming from.
That makes sense.
Phase two is when businesses start actually using these models,
Okay.
needing even more network capacity.
And phase three, that's where it gets really interesting, right?
That's where the potential is mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Phase three is when we start seeing AI to AI communication,
Whoa.
which could lead to a surge in data volume unlike anything we've ever seen.
So Lumen is strategically placing their bets on each of these phases.
Absolutely. And while they're building the future, they're also dealing with the present,
Right.
which includes some financial complexities.
Let's talk about those numbers.
Yeah.
Lumen reported a net loss of $148 million this quarter, which doesn't sound great on the surface.
That's true. But remember, they're managing a transition.
Okay.
Those legacy voice and broadband businesses are declining,
Right.
while the AI opportunity is still in its early stages.
So they're sort of straddling two worlds.
Exactly. And that's where the free cash flow number becomes so important.
Yeah.
It tells us about the health of the core business
Okay.
and its ability to fund this AI investment.
And what does the free cash flow tell us?
Well, excluding special items, it came in at a very strong $1.198 billion
Okay.
for the quarter.
Right.
And maybe even more importantly, they actually increased their free cash flow guidance for the full year to $1.2 to $1.4 billion, up from $1.0 to $1.2 billion.
So it's a good sign.
Yeah, this tells us they're confident
Yeah.
in their ability to generate cash, even as they're investing heavily in the future.
Okay. That's a good sign.
And what about their quantum fiber business?
Yeah, that's their high-speed internet service for homes and businesses, right?
Yes, and they had a record quarter
Oh, wow.
for new subscriber adds.
Okay.
It's a clear indicator that their investments in fiber infrastructure are paying off.
So it sounds like Lumen is making some real headway with both their AI strategy and their quantum fiber growth.
Absolutely.
They're definitely a company in transition.
Yeah.
But can they keep up with the pace of the AI revolution?
Right.
While also managing those legacy businesses?
Yeah.
That seems like a pretty big juggling act.
It is.
And on top of all that, there's the recent election to consider.
Right.
Potential policy changes could have a big impact on Lumen's business.
Absolutely.
Okay, before we jump into the election and the bigger picture,
Okay.
let's take a moment to break down these financial details a little further.
Sounds good. There's a lot more to unpack here.
Yeah, there is.
Okay, so we just talked about Lumen's net loss of $148 million.
Yeah.
Can we dive a little deeper into that?
Yeah, that'd be good.
Absolutely. It's important to remember that this loss is largely due to strategic decisions Lumen is making.
Okay.
They're intentionally divesting from less profitable parts of their business,
Yeah.
like legacy voice and broadband,
Yeah.
while investing heavily in the AI infrastructure that will drive future growth.
So the loss isn't necessarily a bad thing in this context.
Right.
It's more like growing pains.
Exactly. It's a short-term hit they're taking to position themselves for long-term success.
Okay.
And that's where their free cash flow becomes so crucial.
Right. We touched on that earlier.
Yeah.
It came in at $1.198 billion for the quarter,
Yeah.
excluding special items.
Right.
And they even raised their guidance for the full year.
Yeah.
But what does that really tell us?
Free cash flow, in simple terms, is the cash a company has left over after paying for its operations and investments.
Okay.
It's the money they can use to pay dividends,
Mm-hmm.
buy back stock, or in Lumen's case, continue investing in growth areas like AI infrastructure.
So a strong free cash flow means they can afford to make these big bets on the future of networking.
Precisely. It's a sign of financial health and a vote of confidence in their ability to generate cash even as they undergo this massive transformation.
That makes sense. And speaking of transformation, they also had record-breaking subscriber ads for their quantum fiber business.
That's a huge win for them.
Yeah.
Quantum fiber is their high-speed internet offering for homes and businesses, and its success is a testament to their strategic investment in fiber infrastructure.
So while their legacy businesses are declining, their new ventures are showing real promise.
Absolutely. It's a classic tale of disruption, shedding the old to embrace the new.
It's interesting because their stock price isn't reflecting this progress.
Right.
It's actually down. Why do you think that is?
That's the million-dollar question.
Yeah.
It seems investors are still viewing Lumen through the lens of their legacy business, failing to recognize the magnitude of their transformation.
So they're missing the forest for the trees.
Exactly. They're fixated on the short-term losses without seeing the long-term potential of Lumen's investments in AI and quantum fiber.
Okay, now let's bring the election into the picture. How might the outcome impact Lumen's plans?
That's a great question. Potential changes to the regulatory landscape, depending on the election's outcome, could significantly impact Lumen's ability to execute its strategy.
Okay.
They'll need to be agile and adapt quickly to any new policies that come their way.
And we know from Key Johnson's interview that they're focused on being fast and agile.
Yes. And that agility will be critical in navigating any political uncertainty.
Okay.
However, it's important to note that Lumen views the AI growth story as a multi-decade trend that transcends any short-term political shifts.
So regardless of who's in office,
they
believe AI will continue to reshape the world.
Yes.
And they'll be there to provide the infrastructure that makes it all possible.
Precisely. That's a powerful and reassuring message for investors who are looking for long-term growth opportunities.
So to summarize, we have a company in the midst of a fascinating transition.
Yes.
They're facing challenges, but also opportunities as they navigate the decline of their legacy businesses and the explosive growth of the AI market.
Exactly. And it's important to remember that we've only scratched the surface here.
Right.
There are many more layers to this story, and we encourage you to keep digging deeper.
Right. So what does this all mean for you, the listener?
Yeah.
What are the key takeaways from this deep dive?
Lumen Technologies is a company at a crossroads.
Right.
They're daring to make bold moves.
Yeah.
Shedding old skin and investing in the AI-powered future, even if Wall Street hasn't caught up yet.
And they're generating strong free cash flow, giving them the financial muscle to fuel their growth initiatives.
Right.
And their quantum fiber business is booming, indicating that their bets on fiber infrastructure are paying off.
But the big question remains, can they successfully navigate this complex transition, balancing the demands of their legacy businesses with the opportunities presented by the AI revolution?
That's the question we want to leave you with today.
Yeah.
As you continue to explore Lumen's story, consider this. Can they convince the market that they're not just a telecom company of the past, but a networking powerhouse of the future?
Their success hinges on their ability to execute their vision and adapt to a rapidly changing landscape, both technologically and politically.
Yeah.
It's a story worth watching closely.
We hope this deep dive has provided you with valuable insights and a framework for understanding Lumen Technologies and its place in the AI-driven world.
Remember, knowledge is power.
Yeah.
The more you understand about the forces shaping the business and technology landscape, the better equipped you'll be to make informed decisions, whether as an investor, a consumer, or simply a curious citizen.
Thank you for joining us on this journey into the world of Lumen Technologies.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
We'll be back soon with another deep dive,
Absolutely.
exploring the company's ideas that are changing our world.